Hear me now. Mic check.
Thank you for listening to the ttalks.net podcast.
Can you hear me at all?
The show that brings you
hello.
information, guidance, and support
Hello,
to
hello, hello.
entrepreneur-minded
Mic check.
individuals like yourself. ttalks.net will give you something to talk about tomorrow. This isn't the daily show, but this is the show where you'll get everything. You'll get a fiesta of a mix with the old and the new. They will give you tips and insights into everyday business, big wins in everyday life. They have a lot to add, from bookkeeping to sales, sales management, and sales training, and daily content for listeners to learn and enjoy. We are here to improve your life in business or a sales career. Without any further ado, introducing the dynamic duo, Alex DeLuca and Rafael Rodriguez Jr.
Hello there, Alex.
What's going on, Ralph, man? How are you?
I am doing great. Happy March 23rd, 2021.
March 23rd, ladies and gentlemen. We are here, 23rd, back on Tea Talks Live. Oh, man, I missed it. You know, I thought about doing it on vacation. The wife's like, no, don't bring it. I'm like, well, I got my iPad. But, you know, it was nice to take a break. We've been hustling hard on both ends.
Oh, that's how the cookie crumbles.
It's what it's all about. It's what it's all about at the end of the day. But you know, we're back on the ball, 10 p.m. We did try yesterday, but you know, as always, something happened.
Well, you know, we'll maintain everything we can to make sure we're on the air on time at 10 o'clock. That's the idea. I know we were a little bit late today, but the good news is that we're online. And
We
I
are
do believe
online.
that we are transmitting and all the different platforms. So I'm hoping that that's going well.
We are live and good to go. Tea Talks. We're about to give you some good stuff. You know, we have good topics on a daily basis at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We are going. Our official launch date was, what was that going to be, Ralph?
Well, April 15th, right after tax deadline.
Right after the tax deadline, ladies and
That has
gentlemen.
been extended. So,
It'll be going.
well, what people don't realize is that even though they extended the filing date, doesn't necessarily means that you're off the hook. You're supposed to pay by April 15th. It's actually May 17th. The 15th is on it's a Saturday.
Okay. Any other
Or-
tax topics that you want to throw in there? Facts for our sponsors, Triumph Solution, the remotebookkeepers.com. We were talking, one topic we had a question coming about unemployment. Is that taxable?
Well, this is the funny part, and that's the reason why it's creating so much havoc within the taxing community, is that everybody that has filed prior to signing the signature on the stimulus package deal, you're not getting taxed on the first 10,200 of unemployment. So typically, you are taxed whatever money is coming in, regardless if it's unemployment or not. But with the new law, when they came out, now you don't have to. Go ahead and you report it, but you're not going to be taxed on, which creates a problem because all these people that have filed previously that did have unemployment, they actually pay taxes on. So now they're having to amend the return, and we're still trying to figure out how the IRS is going to go ahead and deal with this chaos.
Mass chaos, self-induced chaos. It's been.
Well, and
it's.
I mean, there's a lot of stuff going on within the IRS. You got COVID-19, so everybody's not necessarily working in the same place. There was a time last year that they actually had 3 football field of paperwork that hadn't been processed by the
I
IRS.
saw. That's crazy.
So
You
when
know,
you
they
mail in your tax return or any forms that you needed, it was literally sitting in
well,
warehouses.
look, the
After,
IRS hasn't made one charge since COVID, so everything, the whole world's almost been put on, and that's crazy for taxes to be put on hold like that. No charges against any type of tax, whatever. Since COVID started, some pretty crazy stuff.
well, and that's where we as managers, we as entrepreneurs, we as individuals that we're hustlers, we always look for the opportunity within whatever scenario it is. Give you an example. COVID-19 came. Did that stop you whatsoever?
Not at all.
Yeah, you just have to find different avenues, different ways to still come. You got two choices. You can sit down and say, "I'm done," or I can go ahead and look at different options and you know, did we ever prepare ourselves for situations like this where do you have your 6 month, 3 month cushion? Do you make sure that you have, and this goes with either your personal life or your business life?
Both
Um,
tied up together. Everything is interchanging, like we always talk about.
well,
One leads to another.
the idea is that you should be able to differentiate and divide, but that one definitely goes with the other. The better your business is doing, the better you're going to do personally. The worse your business doing, the worse personally you might be doing if you don't have different alternate stream of income. And there's no secret that having multiple sources of income, it is key, because you could be doing great in one, bad in the other, and it could turn around that the one that you were doing good and now is doing bad, and the one that you were doing bad now you're doing good. So it's always good to have multiple um, source of income, but you still need to focus on your bread and butter. What does that mean?
Yeah, your bread and butter, man. That's your job. What you work hard for every day. But look, it's all about adapting. We're here for a reason. I working on some video ads for email and stuff like that. Now that we've come more accustomed to using the platform of Riverside.fm, and we're podcasting live on how many different platforms, Ralph?
Now we're on 3 platforms.
And that's all learning experience. Just yesterday, we weren't able to go live for a little reason. We're all learning this world. Post COVID, it's the 23rd of March, 2021, and we're going at it today. We have some good Tea Talk topics, as always, Ralph. It has me on the edge of the seat. What's going to be our Tea Talk topic of the night?
Well, we're talking about the COVID-19 and how things have changed because of COVID-19, and we want to talk about how to future-proof your business, and whenever there's a disruption. And there's a couple of great facts that maybe, I don't know if you knew this or not, but in May of last year, 83% of the U.S. shoppers said the pandemic had changed the way they shop. And more than 50% said that they will continue to take advantage of curbside pickup services, even as restrictions are lifted when it comes to upcoming holiday season. 74% of the U.S. shoppers said they plan to do more online shopping than they did previously in the other seasons. 67% will confirm online that an item is in stock before going to buy it. What does that tell you?
Oof. That everybody's online for everything.
So if your business is not online and provide some type of experience to that consumer that's actually going to your site, it's not just having a website. It has to be interactive. It needs to display and show whatever you're doing to the point where this is your extension of your business, extension of your salesperson. So, look at your website and start thinking if you're the one that's actually in your website, will you buy from yourself? If you answer yourself truthfully, no, then you need to go ahead and do something about it.
And that's a good point you pick up there, because we're in that business with Digital Masters CEO. We help out people on a daily basis, and even just now before we're going online, I'm looking at I could have put up 25 different websites in the past hour just to touch it, look at it, click it, see what it did, what page was next, what the colors were, just what the images were, what it said. And it's all, it's all important, and it's all eye catching. Things are there for a reason. And the way that the computer is able to study a person and what it's actually attracted to, we're even able to use that to your advantage in what pops up, even while it's being interactive. If you want to touch base on it being interactive, and in that realm, Ralph.
Well, and definitely there has to be a, I hate to say the word catch, but you have to be able to attract that consumer, and that consumer to be interactive in one way. It's not just displaying the information. Anybody can display it. The question is that what else are you doing? What are you doing different to your competitor, and will you buy from yourself when you go and look at your website, regardless of what you're selling? If you're selling widgets, you're selling casket. I love what Amazon does. And Amazon, when it comes to online shopping, they're definitely ahead of the curve.
They have, well, that guy's a genius, and super ahead of the curve. Go to Amazon's app, look at it, just take it in. How simple, minimalist is it? Has your item, a brief description, the price, and a shopping cart. What else do you need?
Well, the one thing I love about what he does, and I say, he does, Bezos, but we're talking about the company as a whole, is that if you're buying a TV, you're able to put that TV on that wall and see how it looks on the wall.
No, yeah, those are all awesome technology features, even in the home improvement realm. Shout out to the GAF apps of the world, and all the different apps where you can see the actual shingle on your roof or the windows. Now you can see the TV on the wall, like you were saying. What was it? I was looking at an actual gun safe, how it would look like in a drawer. It doesn't matter. You can put anything anywhere.
And the experience now has to be, it could be 800 miles away, 80,000 miles away, and yet the message should be hopefully clear enough to convey it. Either, what will the house look with this shingle compared to this shingle, and even though it might be time consuming, it might be a lot of resources, but there are apps out there that you can tap in, and especially if you're in the home improvement business, that you can actually show your catalog. You can show your catalog of things that you have done in the past, and give the homeowner a sense of, well, I know what he's capable of doing.
And that's all huge with it being interactive. And we talk about I don't know how many different episodes, but your reviews and how you can have, paid reviews and actual reviews. And once you get those reviews, don't just let them sit there on the Yelps and the Google listings of the world. Have them pop up on the bottom of your website. As you keep scrolling, they could always stay at the bottom or on the left-hand side. Those reviews and the dates are powerful, because even if you have outdated reviews, somebody goes to your website and sees, oh, there's reviews 2019. Okay, it's a 5-star review, but he's business. Where's the review since? I'd go back to all your clients that you've done business with the past 4 or 5 months, have them go out there, write a quick review for you.
And compensate them, because that number one, the compensation, you can put it as a marketing expense. That's number one. But the amount of weight that it brings in to that experience within that website or experience within that platform is huge.
worth more than the ink on paper. It's huge, like the momentum, and that's being user friendly on your website. I was just thinking about when you're talking about a little bit earlier. You know how they have those new awesome cameras, kind of give you a 360 real estate view of you buying a house. Don't even need to be there. The real estate market is booming in South Florida if you haven't paid attention, and all these homeowners. It's crazy. It's crazy. Nobody's seeing the house because by the time they get here to see the house, it's gone. Somebody paid cash before their mortgage took in. So these guys are taking houses, buying them before they even see. I've seen investors moving like crazy from Fort Lauderdale. I was just back home on Sunday, and I noticed homes that had been for sale forever on like main roads, and now they say for rent. So obviously they got bought, flipped up real quick, and now they're for rent. The market's crazy on both ends. Keep pumping that stimulus money. Sorry.
Well, the stimulus is it's a good and a bad thing, but I think we'll leave
that. But no, it's booming, ladies and gentlemen. So
well,
all right.
Here's another interesting fact.
Fun facts.
53% of the shoppers said that they will plan to shop at stores that offer contactless shopping.
Explain.
So
contactless shopping. So
yes.
they that's what they want.
That's 53%. Now, that's a pretty high number. 53%.
Like they want to go to the store and not be talked to anybody.
Not touch anything.
Yeah.
Now, as we evolve out of the COVID-19, and the more people are putting the vaccine, and things will start normalizing. Hopefully, within the next few months, as we get more people vaccinated. We might see a little bit more of relax, but there's always going to be that fear, and we can just take Japan and the Asian world with the Sears that 2-3 years later they're still using masks. So some of these ideals, they're not just going to go away easily because people are going to take precaution to make sure that they don't catch anything if they could, because you can still catch the flu.
The flu disappeared.
Who said the flu disappeared?
I haven't seen it. What the numbers are extremely low. Like COVID wiped out the flu.
No. Go ahead and do a Google search. It's just that people are not talking about the flu, but the flu still exists. The flu still going to continue killing people, and there's still flu shots that you're able to take. Because
Definitely.
The media doesn't talk about it doesn't necessarily mean that it disappeared. Let's see how many. As a matter of fact, let's look at the 2020 flu cases in the U.S. Well, actually, death in the U.S.
Go ahead. I was in the CDC, but you just went right out there. All right, go ahead. What is it?
I'm a CDC right now. Maybe you got the number faster than I did, but
2020. Ladies and gentlemen, we are looking for a T-Talk stat. We don't have stats people in our ears. We can't afford them yet, so we do our own research live. You're getting the raw, edited, uncut version. We're bringing it today. We wanted to get back online in front of everybody. So, you got that number yet? I kind of gave up.
well, I'm at the CDC and it's a little bit too complicated. I'm gonna try.
It really is. It's like, just give me a number. Number of specimens tested since 2020, week 700,000 positive specimens. Yeah, dude. This is
So
over my
according to
head.
today, flu activity is unusually low in the U.S. Keep it going in the future years. This article is dated January 27, 2021, and All it says is it's much lower. There were 292 deaths involving influenza from October 1st, 2020 to January 16, 2021. Now compare that to the previous year, there was a total of 22,000 deaths. Now, my theory is that you possibly had some people die of the flu and they were possibly coded as COVID 19.
But just listen to those numbers, man. This is a very sad time in our world. 22,000, dude. 500,000 people have died in the United States from COVID. Like, what's going on? Like, it's mind-boggling. It's bizarre. I know it was on the ticker every day on CNN. You can only pray, feel bad about everybody that's been affected. But dang, dude, 500,000 people in the most civilized place on the planet have fell to this disease.
Yes, and you got to look at it in comparison. Around the world, um, we're actually not doing too bad.
I know, but then in humanity as a whole, man, something needs to be done. So I just hope this vaccine, like you said, kicks in, things go back to normal, business goes back to normal. Until then, it's all about adapting, changing. The online presence is huge. Look us up at digitalmasters.com. We're here to help answer any of the questions that you need, making your website more interactive, user-friendly, engaging, fun, family-oriented, you name it. Like that's what people are looking for when they're going on online looking for you, no matter what your product is. Research, look at your competitor. Who's the best in your industry? What are they doing? They're number one for a reason. Anything to touch base with on the four different ways to, what was it, future proof the business?
Well, I think that we just talked on the major factor, which is you got to evolve with the times, and if your website, it's you haven't updated your website for the last 5 years, you're a couple clicks behind. And
if you haven't updated your website in the past, I'd say 30 days or something might be up with it, a bug squirming somewhere. It's something you got to be on top of it.
Well, and keep in mind that with the indexing and with so much stuff going on, that your competitors are doing and you're not doing. It's as simple as being on the road. And remember, we talked about the sign. I have a neon sign that says buy me," compared to somebody that has a cardboard and says buy me." What do you think? Of course, everybody has their own different resources. But if I'm dressed up as a clown and I have a big sign that says buy me, I might get the attention necessary for somebody to actually buy me compared to that billboard that has all this flash, and maybe the message is not clear about buying whatever they're selling. So if my message is clear and is more simple compared to all this flashiness, and which in the message is unclear, even though he spent more money, he might not get the same results I might have by being creative. So you can still compete on a shoestring budget, and it's all about making the connections that are necessary to make that happen. Putting a lot of Google dollars into Google doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to get a great result. It's a combination of your website, your landing site, your content, your reviews. The spending the money on ad is just one tiny aspect of the complete circle. So you want to be able to say, if I'm going to spend $3,000 in Google ads, and my website's, part of my French is out of date, I might just spend $250 on Google ads and spend $2,000 in updating and making my website relevant. So when I do spend it, at least I'm getting a bang for my buck. If you don't have no reviews if you have zero reviews or bad reviews, and you're doing Google Ads and spending $3, $4, $5,000 on, and matter of fact, I actually saw it today. I saw, and this was somebody who's selling transmission. Uh, Horrible reviews, horrible website, and no matter which platform I went, he was actually popping up in the first page, which basically, and it says sponsor. So you look at and then you Google the name, and then you see the Google reviews like a 1.5.
Oh no.
And I'm saying to myself, this guy is spending money, and it's right there in front of you whenever you Google the information. There's a big sign that says "Don't buy from me," but yet he's spending money on Google ads or in Bing ads and whatever other platform that I went and checked, and I'm like, this is crazy. I really wanted to pick up the phone and say, "Hey, buddy, you might want to work on your reputation prior to keep spending all this money."
Were you looking for a transmission or something?
No, and I was doing some research on another company that they're thinking about using Digital Master and I gave them that as a perfect example.
Awesome.
Why sometimes you got to look at what you have prior to just saying, "Oh, I just want more business. Let me just throw money at advertising." It's like that. It's like advertising and not having the personnel for a grand opening.
Or souping up the car and don't put on new tires. No traction. You gotta build it, and they will come.
Absolutely.
Start from the sales, and work your way out of wearing all those different hats as you do as a business owner, as an entrepreneur. There's a ton of hats at the beginning, and you start peeling those hats off one by one. It's all finding the right people, networking, and getting things done, and delegating the responsibility. One huge thing to take off of your plate. I've only met one person that was able to run his business and do his own website. Pretty cool guy. I don't know if you ever did business with the Storm Shutters. What's it? The Storm Shutter guy, Maximum Shutters off of 95 in Dania. Roethlisberger or something like that. Football guy. Whatever. Learned how to do his own website. He kills it now in the shutter business. Outside of that guy going to school and learning the classes, there's no reason that you are handling your own website or delegate that to a company that can handle it. We're available to answer any questions on that anytime.
Awesome.
Awesome.
So the moral of the story is that the buying, the consumer is changing due to COVID, and we're definitely seeing a more educated, more internet savvy. There's no more smoking mirrors. There's no more snake oil. There's no more pressure closing. And the reason why is that they have all the information, in the tip of their fingers. You can't tell them that, oh yeah, that XYZ Windows is the best Windows out in the world, and when you have a ton of reviews that says otherwise. People are not going to take your word on it. Especially, we talked about a couple episodes before. What was the percentage of the amount of trust that a salesperson has? Do you remember?
Know. It was like 3 or 2.
3%.
3%. Yeah.
So
it's it's a true thing, because it just is what it is.
Well, if you stick
bad reps are made.
If you stick to the truth and you stick to the facts, and the homeowner can validate that you're sticking to the truth and you're sticking to the fact, you're going to go a long way. Are you looking for value? Are you looking for Are you looking for durability? What are you looking for? So if they're looking for value, then, you know, you're going to give them value, but not necessarily the quality. If they're looking for quality, then they're going to be paying for quality.
No, and I like how you said a couple things tonight as we were talking through the T-Talk topics. One was keep it short and simple, precise on the website. We talked about Amazon. So simple layout, such a simple layout, easy to do, right? And just now, you're talking about what do we tell you? We sell ourselves, we sell the company, we do things, we sleep at night, we do things to be honorable, we help out people as much as we can. We're on this podcast to help. Period. We work every day to help. It's 10:30, man. I could be doing 25 million different things. You got tax season going on. You can be pushing numbers right now. But hey, man, it's all about helping. We're moving with the times. We're getting better on these podcast live events because, hey, this is going to be a training platform that we're going to use. Going to make it huge, ladies and gentlemen. This is only the beginning. Our official launch date is right after tax season, April 15th. We do roofs from coast to coast. I'm over here with Sunrise Roofing Services in Naples. Ralph, who you over there with Hollywood right now?
DMS Contractors doing roof repairs and re-roof in the South Florida market.
And I got everything handled from Naples to Sarasota for the roofing industry. We got digitalmasters.com. You need any help, please reach out to them, our sponsors. Also, you got the remote bookkeepers, ladies and gentlemen. Talk about being busy, being on point. It's fun, man. We're young. We both are young. We got enough time.
All right. And with that said,
With that said, we're new to this, this is trials and tribulations. You need one of those podcast mixers. You just press the button.
Thank you for tuning in to ttalks.net. If you have any questions, comments, or something you want us to talk about, email us at raphael@ttalks.net or comment below. Please follow us on YouTube at ttalksnet and Facebook at ttalksnet. Please rate us and don't forget that sharing is caring. Thank you for your support. Till next time, we will T-Talk later.
Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Alex DeLuca. Once again, you guys have a good night.
Rafael Rodriguez from Hollywood.
Late.
Adios.